sharing.
Are you able to view my screen?
Yes, we can view your
Okay,
screen.
yes.
Great.
Okay. I'm Prince Kaliki Chimboma.
Can you make the screen bigger to put it on full screen?
Like
No,
that?
no, in presentation mode. Click from your computer F5.
Yeah. I have a challenge here. Power has just gone, so I can't see most of the keys. I'm just using my laptop power. Yeah.
I click on slideshow above.
Slideshow.
Yeah, on the upper tab bar. Yes, go onward.
How do I move this? There's this bar chart here on top.
No. Okay, yes, it's good. Nice.
This is okay like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
take a
my
screenshot and share presentation.
hello.
Yeah. We can hear you. You can proceed.
Okay, I'm Prince Kaliki Chiboma from Zambia. I'm a public health professional, a bachelor's from the University of Barosland here in Western Province. I'm going to present you a research topic, an investigation into the solutions for resolving the challenges of sanitation and water supply in peri-urban areas of Mongo district, a case study of Kaplanga compound, where I'm found. This is one of the most populated compound in the area, and for quite some time, it has been in a very big challenge in terms of accessing water and proper sanitation due to overpopulation of the area. Now, I thought of doing this research to find out the reason why it's like that, and I think if I can read from my abstract here, it will tell you to say only 67% of the population of Zambia are able to access water. That is generally from Zambia. And to top it up, according to Zambia Census Statistics CSO 2016, the United Nations has emphasized the importance of child and youth involvement in global and national challenges as part of its pursuit of the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. Using all qualitatives and of this study for the 30 participants were chosen on the purpose. Data was gathered using a semi-structure interviewing guide. The age range was 25 to 67 years in the peri-urban of Kaplanga compound. The participants' perspectives of potential solutions and the main obstacles to access the clean water and sanitary facilities were sought after. Okay, we continue. The findings indicated several difficulties with the aforementioned focus area. So I'll go to chapter 1, so that since we don't have too much time to talk about this issue, for some of you who is the first time to hear about Zambia, Zambia's Western Province is the capital of Mongo, which was also the city of the historical non-province and historical state of Barosaland. Maybe you have heard across some writings of Barosaland. In 2010, there was a population of 179,585 people called it home. This area, Mongo, is a sandy area. Luckily enough, it's a sandy area, so most of the infections that can be caused by dirty water is mainly prevented. However, the main problem is that in this area, the population is too high, such that building up latrines is very difficult. Now, what is our background of the study? The background of the study, it encompasses the whole country. Since a research is to find a problem, a solution to a problem, so we thought putting it generally is much better than focusing only in Kaplanga, because the other areas, the background of study says Zambia achieved low middle income classification in 2013 with a per capita income of 1,810 after 10 years of inconsistent economics. What does this say? It means that this country, Zambia, it has delayed so much in terms of economics, such that some services like easy access of water still becomes difficult in this country. Okay, so we continue from that part. I want to take you straight to the statement of the problem. Zambia and other developing nations, rapid urbanization is making it more difficult for local government to provide basic services like water and sanitation. At the moment in this country, we are about 19 million, of which, if I can compare to the population of Namibia, somewhere there, they're about 2 million. So it's not easy to provide for some certain services in the country like Zambia, especially in the areas where there's so much urbanization like Kaplanga area, because there's a lot of activities of local people coming in that area to do some activities such as business when they come out of the plane with fish, with rice, and that's the place they normally get to go to. So what was the research objective of this study? The study was guided by the following goals in order to find the best solution that will benefit not only the Mogu district and that of Kaplanga, but also the entire nation. The general objective was to look into the issues that the people of Kaplanga have with regards to water sanitation and look into potential solution. So the study used the following specific objectives to find out what the main obstacles are for Kaplanga compound residents in getting access to clean water. To investigate the main reasons why residents of Kaplanga have sanitation issues, to make recommendations for potential solutions to the victims' problems with access to water and sanitation. However, for us to be able to answer these questions, of course, there has to be questions to it. So the questions are below. What are the main factors preventing residents of Kaplanga from getting enough and clean water? Why has it been so challenging for the community to use the improved sanitation in the Kaplanga compound? What are some of the key recommendations and viewpoint that they lead to better access water and sanitation? So just to have the summary of literature review before I could go to the methodology that was used to capture this study. In order to provide access to safe water and sanitation in the face of rising urbanization and lack of services, this chapter will critically examine the game theory model, specifically theory of change. If I was going to have so much time, I was going to talk too much more about the game theory of model and the theory of change. You know, maybe I have a little bit, or I just say a little bit about the theory of change. The human endeavors or the human people, or just people in general, they take time to change. And that area, it needs like a serious sensitization education for people to be able to understand that throwing litters, using just behind house as a latrine, or heaping up all those things is a dangerous thing to their livelihood. So if I was having more time to go through this, I was going to talk much about the game theory model and also a theory of change. Then the conceptual framework of this study indicates that that area has overpopulation and the high cost of building latrines. On the high cost of building latrines, yes, it is because the plots are very small. I can say geographical to say they are nuclear populated. You'd find that there's like a house here and the other house next. So there's no even space to build latrines. A person will just wake up in the night, go behind the house, do the nature, and then tomorrow, just like that, the dogs will pass, children. It's really a difficult area to live in, but it has been chosen by many people that comes from the plain to sell fish here in town. Now, the methodology. The methodology that was used in this is the approach is employed in the study is presented in this chapter. It provides an explanation of the research's context. The methodology designs sample techniques and tools for data collecting and analysis. This section also contains ethical principles. It can be difficult to define the term peri-urban because of how quickly these areas change. The term peri-urban is used to describe a diverse range of informal and formal settlements, including both densely populated slums and expansive suburb estates. There is no universality in accepting classification for peri-urban areas, but generally speaking, the phrase refers to the area outside the official city limits that is geographically adjacent to the city. Are we there?
Yeah, we can get you.
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we are online.
Okay. So the findings of this study are as follows. The primary objective of this chapter is to summarize the study's findings before further examining them. This was accomplished by relating the findings to the study's goal. Then, in chapter 5, patent analysis were conducted. Specific research questions from this study since he was to underneath the primary water among the residents of Kaplanga. So the first search question of this study was to explore and unearth the primary challenges in accessing clean water among residents of Kaplanga compound. Now the findings were as follows. The findings of the study showed that the major challenge included overpopulation, inadequate water supply. Take note of that, Mr. Ekoli and Mr. Amia. Inadequate water supply, insufficient efforts by government to provide inadequate water facilities and culture reasons. The second objective was to explore major causes of sanitation challenges among Kaplanga dwellers. Yes, so I'll just go straight to the points. The high cost of building latrines, inadequate space for sanitary facilities due to overpopulation. There's no space to build the latrines due to population. Lack of strong communication messages on sanitation and its impact on the most affected groups, such as peri-urban residents. You know, the government would come in with a program, few months, it will stop, and people still get paid, yet there's nothing being done in that area. Lack of inclusiveness in sanitation programs. Victims, solution to the water and sanitation. National budget to include peri-urban areas. Government to come up with an inclusive policy. I feel policy is one of the factors that has led this community or compound to this downfall. Strong communication message of sanitation on the most affected group. There's need for organizations such as ekcolab to venture into sensitization making sure that these people learn. Like I was hearing from my previous colleague who was presenting a very good research, who has suggested many methods of having our water clean, not to affect us. So discussion of findings. On this part, I'll not dwell much, but I'll go to the conclusion and recommendation. The conclusion of this, it is all about policy-driven thing and the state explicit, supported by a mechanism like privately owned tankers with water sales permits. Like if I could get it right, there are a lot of organizations around here like SNV and the Zambia Water Aid. If they can come abroad, or they can come together, provide enough water for this community, and also teach them enough to say, if you at least build good latrines, if 5 houses, for example, they build 3 latrines to use, it would be much better than each house to have a latrine because the area is too small. Then the recommendation I made below are based on the study finding. Excreta disposals in a safe manner is the most effective intervention against diseases like linked to water and sanitation. Special strategies are required to guarantee that people are motivated to use restrooms on a regular basis. Building a water supply and sanitization facility is insufficient. The safe management of human excreta is understood to be a definition of sanitation. However, in my summary, I would say, despite this, the majority of water and sanitation programs and most governments give low priority to sanitation. That means we, the private sector, have to take up this challenge in order for these people to live in a safe manner and access better health services. It is now obvious that safe excreta disposal is the most effective intervention against disease linked to water and sanitation, especially in low-income urban areas and densely populated rural areas, where the focus of environmental sanitation also includes solid waste management and disposal of storm water and waste water. Thank you very much. If maybe I can have some questions.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Prince. It's a good presentation. But I have a question. When I read your research, I don't know what's the difference between is it Kapulanga compound, and I begin to think, is it a household, just a single household, or maybe is it we call it a county, because sometimes we can mention a county like a little community of people, or is this just an apartment, one house, and they have maybe a particular tap or water source where the community comes there to. So this is what I don't really understand as the definition, because I wish you should highlight that in your research. What is the Kapulanga compound? And we understand it's you know, you talk about the Peri-Urban. Yeah, I understand about what is Peri-Urban, different dimensions of community settings. But the aspect of your research region must be precise. So someone reading your research might understand how to trace. And also, I did not see the study area map because your research was more focused directly to a particular area of research. And Mr. Prosper's own was in a general setting. It wasn't like, you know, investigating a particular study area. So can you please explain about what is a Kapulanga compound? I don't know.
Okay. Kapulanga compound is found in Western Province, which is one of the compounds in Mongu district. Here in Zambia, we have 10 provinces. These 10 provinces have provincial capitals. And one of the capitals here in Western Province is Mongu district, Mongu town. Now, in this Mongu town, there's a compound or an area where people are settling in or they are staying in. There are a lot of people, there are quite a lot of people in there. So in this area, it is found in Mongu town, the capital of Western Province. And this compound is called Kaplanga. We have a lot of them. We have Kaplanga, we have Mulambwa, we have King Lewanika, we have all these other areas or compounds. We call them compounds because they are sectored in that way, like they start from here, they end to the other side. This one starts from that other side, ends to the other side. Maybe even there in Cameroon, we have such kind of setups. Like in this area, you have one compound called this, and the next you have another one called that. The next one is that again. So that is the Kaplanga area I'm talking about here. Now, this area is the most densely populated area because it is a free land where the kingdom just gave to the people to say, you who come to trade, if you do not have where to sleep or to build your house to start, you can go to this area. Now, in providing such kind of thing, they did not provide enough to say, okay, if we gave these people this area, now how do we protect them from some certain diseases such as cholera and typhoid and others? But the good part with Western Province is that it's a sandy area. So mostly when it's a rain season, all the ficus go down in the sand. But the problem now is water. The drainage system of this area is that they use less water in that compound, and then all these waters, they'll go down into most of the streams that we use as source to drink water. And many children even go there to wash their clothes, you know, doing some communal activities in there. So you'd find that in one of the clinics that side, you find a lot of people having their diarrhea problems coming from Kaplanga. But the public health sector under the council has taken up the action. So I believe with such kind of research, yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we get the full point, and Mr. Hassan is up. So I think he has a question for you.
Because of time limitation, I have a question from the student. The main thing is it was necessary, like I checked your data, your thesis, it was really nicely presented, but in the presentation, I didn't see like any graphical data or like the one which you sent it to me, or like the map data which you have studied already. It was necessary to put it on slides, but here you didn't place anything, just it's a theoretical data, which is like not, I will not suggest you for a presentation like this in the kind of in future. And one thing more, you mentioned all the thing, but I have one question. What kind of diseases, like health related diseases, was very common in that area? Have you studied about that one?
I haven't really studied more about diseases that come from that area, but the main common disease that comes from that area is the diarrhea, especially from children, because these are not able to protect themselves from all these problems that are facing that community.
It was necessary to, if you cite it, if you have like access, and if you cite it in your work, it will be more helpful for you, like in survey type data.
Okay.
But for presentation, it is necessary in future, you should care about, like you should mention not all the theoretical, you should put the graph, places, pictures, like all the maps data which you have studied. And about the data, everything is like very nicely presented to me, and I have checked everything, and I will mark you from my side to Mr. Ricole, and later on he will tell you.
All right, sir.
Okay, so
okay, because of time limitations, so we are doing it a little bit faster. So, Mr. Nicole, if you have some further question and suggestion, you can.
really good work. And also, I didn't see you talk about your methods. Well, I thought you should have included some statistic data and some analysis based, because when I understand your research, the purpose of your research, and we talk about the aim and also what you're going to do about the objectives, was to be able to do some analysis to get some number of persons. I think that was about 50, I think 20 to 50 persons, which you had to do some collected, is it survey in that
Yes.
Kapulanga compound. And what was the outcome? We didn't see these survey forms and the result from it. Maybe if we can't see it, we needed to see the statistics of maybe the score or the mark from this survey that was related to the
Yeah,
particular.
it was really necessary, and I was suggesting it, and I was assuming it will be in the presentation.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's inside the main research work, or maybe it's just because I checked, I didn't see that even in the main research work. And sometimes you needed to include this in the part of your appendix when you're writing like your research, like the whole book. And then in the paper, which are going to try to work with Dr. Hassan, we have to see how that we fit in all this data, and we must get these statistics. If you did this research work and you have the statistics, which I know you have to also include that based on to back up your theory or back up your results, because we know you have the results, we know you did the statistics, but you need to include it in the presentation as well. And so everyone will know this is what came out from the survey forms and the rest. Yeah. And this is the
Yeah, and also we are interested in your data, and we will make it online. And as I discussed with Mr. Ricole, and it was supposed to discuss with you, but because of time limitation, I think here is not possible. But if you modify your data a little bit, so it's possible we can publish your data.
Yeah, because the purpose of what we are doing is that all of this work, we are going to see how to do it and publish a paper before December. You guys need to work very hard for this, your research. It's very amazing research from Mr. Prosper and you, Mr. Prince Kalaki. It's so amazing research. We didn't even expect such good top-notch research from you guys, but you did a lot, and we are ready to work together as a team. So we are going to put up this as a work. So it's a constant work now for you guys. This is a research, and we need to deep down to get more informations, get more citations, and then to fix it up to be more presentable. And I trust on Dr. Hassan, since he's the head of the research department in ekcolab, he is going to be able to work with us with these issues and with you guys. So I don't know if the panel or maybe the other members, participants who are here can have a question to ask, or Mr. Prosper, we also presented, might have a question. Mr. Isidore might have a question. I don't know, you might have something you want to say, or maybe you want to say congratulations to your fellow colleagues. And tomorrow might be your own day. I think, Mr. Isidore, you might be presenting. At least you've watched this stuff. Yeah, Mr. Isidore, we can get you. I think you're talking with.
He's asking some question.
Yeah, I think his mic is bad. So we are lack of time.
You can type your question. You can type your question. It will be more helpful for us.
You can type your questions, and we have less than 1 minute. Mr. Prosper, do you have anything to say to your colleague? Mr. Prince, you can stop sharing. Please stop sharing your screen. You can stop sharing. Yeah, great.
Yeah, I don't have any question. I just want to say congrats for your in-depth work, Mr. Prince.
It's a great session. Yeah, Mr. Isidore, we don't have your question yet. We don't have maybe congratulations, I think so.
Congratulations to both Mona and his friends, so students.
Yeah, okay. So he has no question. He said congratulations to the presentations and to Mr. Prince. So I think with us that tomorrow we have Mr. Isidore, Mr. Chukwuzo from Nigeria, and then Mr. Luke Lawrence from Malawi, who are going to be presenting. I think so. Tomorrow, same time. Please, all of you guys should be part of it as well, Mr. Prince, and everyone should be there to see your colleagues also defending. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And congratulations to my fellow colleague also.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.